Oh my god. I didn't see that coming.
No. Hey everybody, and welcome to Back Issues of Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
I've been waiting for this. It's time for Batman Deadpool.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Deadpool Batman.
Oh
which we
no,
already
it's
did.
completely different.
This dropped yesterday. Well, today, actually.
Hot off the
as
presses.
taping of this episode. But unlike last time, this is not coming out the week that this came out. This is a week later. I give myself a week
Okay.
to let the dust settle from this crossover. And unlike its complimentary episode, we are not going to talk about anything else. We're just talking about Batman Deadpool. And then we're going to leave the rest of it for another time.
Okay.
Because there's too much.
Oh.
It's exactly as long as the last one. But this one's written by Grant Morrison with art by Dan Mora. So we're going to need some time.
There's a little more going on.
There's a little more going on, and yet not. It's just like, oh man. Like when I heard that Morrison was writing this, I was like, okay.
Oh boy.
Grant's got something to say / do. Morrison wants to have some fun.
I mean, everyone's allowed to have a little fun.
Yeah.
I completely understand. Yeah. The math is perfect on it. DC's like, Grant Morrison, yes! And Grant Morrison's like, I never got to do one. I never got to participate. I'm not part of the DC versus Marvel thing. Never wrote an amalgam. Didn't do any of those Batman Daredevils. So how about I do Deadpool Batman? Batman. People know me with Batman. I created Damian. And I've never written Deadpool before.
Right.
But Grant Morrison also wrote new X-Men and created Zorn and other new characters and added to the huge mythology that is the X-Men sprawling universe. Like, Morrison has had an impact on so many key characters and worlds that Deadpool is just right on the outskirts.
Right.
And I assume also that Morrison's like, I am above Deadpool. I do not need to write for Deadpool. And I'd heard, at least on a podcast or two, that Morrison had tried to channel Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool.
It's probably the only Deadpool he knows.
That's probably true. Although Morrison did spearhead Doom Patrol during the Liefeld era. So at least Morrison was fully aware of Liefeld. And I don't think you can escape Deadpool, but there's no way that Morrison has like a take.
I don't think you can escape Liefeld at that time.
Not at that time. Well, that's why they made fun of him in their Doom Patrol book.
Right.
It does kind of read Ryan Reynolds-y, but it doesn't seem as fake as Ryan Reynolds comes across to me.
Maybe what it is
Yikes,
that
shots fired.
Sorry.
Marvel went all out with the Deadpool movies.
Yes.
There was like, this is going to be a new endeavor for us.
The reality is Deadpool and Wolverine made $1 billion during a period when superhero movies don't really make $1 billion anymore. So they're like, that's our guy. I mean, that's why they chose to cross over Batman and Deadpool.
Maybe what this was is that Ryan Reynolds did such a good job of portraying Deadpool. I'm channeling Ryan Reynolds because that's the version of Deadpool
That everybody knows.
That everyone knows, and that actually syncs with what Marvel is trying to do right now.
That's fair.
Well, that would be the assignment, right?
Yeah, it's like, get the synergy
That's
going.
why Deadpool's in this book and with Batman. Because it's like, well, that's what was in the movie theater.
Arguably our most recognizable character at this exact moment in history.
Yeah.
And
That
I would argue
moment,
that's not true in comic form, but it is in pop culture form if you're going to do a Spider-Man-Superman crossover in 2026, which they
if
are.
Spider-Man's not available.
Yes. And by the way, we speculated about this.
Yeah.
At the
It's
50th
official.
year anniversary, it's officially happening. Superman, Spider-Man, we're going to get two of the exact same thing as last time. We're going to do it again. We're going to do a Superman, Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Superman. The creative teams on that have not, I don't think, been disclosed. And
I'm
I
hyped
hope-
so far.
Right. And I hope that we get more. Like, Marvel and DC ended up stealth launching 2 crossovers that were not part of any of this. They launched Thor Shazam, a crossover with Thor and Shazam, and
Because
Flash
they're both
Fantastic.
lightning characters?
They're each other's complement. They're both
both
gods. They're
god-like,
both lightning based. They both are a regular person who transforms into the god version of their character. Like, we get it.
I mean, one version of Thor does, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and this is the version that's in this comic book. And
Yeah, that's like old school Thor,
it is,
right?
and
That's
they did that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's arguably Thor, Donald Blake, they're still synonymous. It's just sometimes he's not around. But in this case, he is. And the DC equivalent was Flash Fantastic Four, the crossover I've always wanted. And
What?
you could feel like the influence. Like Marvel went, do the thing that like makes sense that everyone would want. Like do the thing with the guy we would never want as a character, but we also will hold on to the copyrights for his name until the heat death of the universe, which of course is Captain Marvel, because you're never going to get that. You're going to have to deal with that forever. His name's Captain Marvel, but can't call him that. You can't have a book called that. So the Captain, Shazam, Captain Thunder. Post-Crisis, that was the plan. They were going to relaunch Captain Marvel as Captain Thunder and make him a black kid. And they nixed all of that and went with the original version and called him Captain Marvel. And in like the notes for the pitch, they went, this will get past all the Marvel shit.
Right.
Like we'll be able to call the book the thing he is. There also won't be any confusion if he needs to introduce himself and his superhero name is also the superhero phrase that he says to activate his powers or deactivate his powers. Like that was the worst era for Captain Marvel / Shazam, was him being called Shazam.
Yeah, he can never refer to himself by name.
That's insane.
Hi, I'm Shazam.
Come on!
God damn it!
You're a little boy. Nah, Shazam! Kaboom! Oh, here you are again, Shazam. That's right. Never mind that. So that came out. And they came out as Infinity Comics on their respective online publications.
What's
so, like,
Infinity Comics?
Oh, well, if you're not familiar with Webtoons or the Marvel Limited system, Infinity Comics are comics that are delivered via a one panel that scrolls down the entire length of the comic book. So you could just infinitely scroll, or really, you look on your phone, you just scroll the whole comic book.
Okay.
And it all like kind of coincides with it. We've talked about some of them.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, because there's a Wolverine Infinity comic that Hickman wrote during the Krakoa era that was an Infinity comic, and oftentimes they'll like alter them from that format to like a format people actually know and understand when they need to print it as a comic book. But for right now, Thor, Shazam, and Flash, Fantastic Four is on the apps. You can only read Thor and Shazam on Marvel Limited, and you can only read Flash, Fantastic Four on DC Universe Infinite. What's interesting is, if you sign up and you buy them, you can get discounts for each other's service. I was like, what?
That's interesting.
What? So, not only was it possible for you to do crossovers, that financials had nothing to do with it, you actually could work out financial systems to benefit each other?
That's pretty wild, because like the one that gets more people to sign up for theirs is going to make more money.
Yeah.
Because the other ones get a discount. Like
it blew my
it must
mind.
be that they
it's crazy.
split the discount or something. Like,
Were they competing with Amazon? And like the Kindle thing and the service? Because like
In a way.
maybe that's what it is. Like we have to get away from
Comixology
that
/
massive
Amazon.
Comixology thing.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
So like, yes, we'll promote each other as long as it keeps promoting our own services.
That's true. That's true. I can see that. Yeah.
yeah, like we'll both benefit from this.
Right.
And yeah. Still, that takes a lot of like
Coordination
discipline
and discipline, yeah.
Yeah.
But those came out. They didn't have any hype. They was just like, oh, today, or Shazam. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, it's just out? And
Yeah,
I read them
that's
immediately.
wild.
I was like, no. And they were, you know, like
Who wrote them?
Al Ewing wrote the Thor Shazam, and Jeremy Adams wrote the Flash Fantastic Four crossovers. And maybe we'll talk about them someday.
Oh, yeah.
Why Flash Fantastic Four? Why couldn't they get a team from DC?
Because that would make sense. Because I think that...
Would they just like the alliteration?
Well,
No.
there is that. It's
Well, it's okay. Here's why you do a crossover, okay? You don't do them because you take the big powerhouses and you just make all the money. Someone has to boost the other one. In this case, Fantastic Four had a big movie, and Flash is in limbo in terms of being a multimedia brand now. So Flash being boosted by Fantastic Four.
I mean, I would argue that the last Flash movie did a decent amount for DC.
It did. It is also balls.
But it still sucks.
And
yeah, it's also a while ago now.
it is also the last nail in the coffin for an entire cinematic universe.
Right.
So,
That's true.
you know.
Cinematically, Flash is a little bit on the ropes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Though, I don't know who's helping who with Thor Shazam. I mean,
Yeah.
Shazam ain't helping nobody.
Well, those are our bottom of the buckets helping each other.
It's just
I guess.
weird that they did it, but it's also just cool that they did. The fact that those even happened makes me think like, oh man, like we could get more stealth crossovers.
Sure.
Maybe ones I really want to read outside of the ones that are just there and I'm glad they exist. Because I mean, look, I'm Mr. Crossover, but also I'm not going to pretend like I think Superman Silver Surfer is the coolest thing in the world. All right?
That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
We have a whole episode stating that it's
provably
not.
false. But Batman Deadpool from Grant Morrison to Dan Mora, what? Why?
I expected nothing less.
Huh?
Oh, this is just a number 1. It's a single issue?
Yeah. Like the others, it has a whole bunch of other crossovers, which includes Nightwing and Wolverine, but not that Wolverine.
What?
Laura Kinney Wolverine.
Okay.
And my favorite crossover of all time, Hulk and Harley Quinn. Thanks.
Yeah,
What?
it is the alliteration.
Yeah.
Yep.
They also did Static and Ms. Marvel, and I'm like, yes, that's a good idea. And
That is a good idea.
Constantine, Doctor Strange. But we won't talk about those today. We'll deal with those later. It was easy to do all of them in the Deadpool Batman crossover because arguably Deadpool and Batman by Zeb Wells was thinner in terms of plot,
I see.
or at the very least in terms of depth. The opening of Batman Deadpool is that the arguable personifications of the universes of DC and Marvel
Oh, no.
are at a cosmic nightclub, bumping and grinding. So DC and Marvel find each other,
Okay.
notice each other, and then just start making out. And because these universes are making out, now crossovers can happen.
Yeah, because they're swapping spit.
Yeah.
And
That's wild.
that is not too far from how Busick and Perez brought us JLA Avengers, but arguably not. It was more a consequence of the crossover. Krona caused the crossovers between DC and Marvel, and because Eternity and Kismet were aware of each other, then they started making out. And it only made things more complicated. This is more just... This happens sometimes. Cosmic, universal entities will go out, get their freak on.
What, you think I don't have urges?
Exactly. This universe got to get its planets off.
It's asteroids off.
The description is ridiculous. It's just setting the tone. It's Deadpool and Batman, yeah. But also, once upon a would you just imagine, Anthropomorpho's Big Bang Bang Singularities bar, two lonely universes bopping solo in the void, until a glance, askance in the cosmic dance, became a chance for romance. And one thing led to another, and Batman and Deadpool meet. And you're like, what? Yeah. And look,
Okay, fine.
it's Grant Morrison. And it's like, this is the Grant Morrison who's already done all the stuff that you love for Grant Morrison. And so you go, nah,
Yep.
all right. Yeah. And by the way, as a kid, I've been like, this sucks.
Is this Morrison trying to elicit like a Shakespearean rhyming sonnet kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of having a little fun,
Why not?
Why not, indeed? I should point out, Eternity is the physical embodiment of the Marvel Universe. This is Kismet. She's not. She's a member of the Lords of Order and Chaos. She technically is an embodiment of time in the DC Universe, but whatever. There really isn't a physical embodiment of the DC Universe. Compliment, and this is the second time, at least, that we've seen these two as each other's complement and make out. So we'll take it.
Let's say that eternity is space.
Right.
So this is the meeting of time and space.
Sure, I love it. But also, they are physical manifestations, and so
Yeah.
one is depicted as a woman, one's depicted as a man. Okay, you know what? I'll take it over those stupid Rock'em Sock'em Brothers
Yeah, no.
that Mars
is
and
way
David
better.
invented. That said, keep an eye out. Because Morrison did a little bit of research for this ridiculous thing
Okay.
that they don't have to ever pay off or deal with. Like, Morrison's just having fun. And doing it in a way that I think is a celebration of, I didn't get to do this. And I'll probably never do it again.
Oh my
Because-
God, they call this the Cosmic Kiss Caper.
Sure.
Correct.
And by they, I mean Morrison.
Right. So we're in Gotham. There's a character, Victor Gover, who is beyond comfort because his wife is dead. She was murdered to get it to him. And Batman is there. And Gover's explaining to Batman his tragedy, right? It's like, we were going to get married, and he's just lamenting the fact that his love is now dead. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it.
He doesn't
That's
think
not
it's
true. Try on this Robin suit.
He doesn't think it's weird that Batman's coming in his window?
No, because Victor Gover is a pawn in a scheme that involves Batman.
Okay, so Gover
And
knows... Oh, he knows he's wrapped up in a scenario that where it would be normal for Batman to be coming through his window.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Plus, Victor Gover is a super person.
Oh.
Yeah. He's Sportsmaster, or one of them.
Is he pre-established?
He has been pre-established,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. All
Like
right.
NFL Sport Pro?
Yeah, similarly. Yeah. Sportsmaster's superpower is he has a photographic memory.
That's not a superpower.
No, it's not. It's a real thing that people have. But also, he has the power to dress like a knight.
What?
When he's Sportsmaster?
He dresses like a knight?
Kind of.
Like Black Knight?
No, more like medieval knight, like coat of arms. It doesn't matter.
Why is his name Sportmaster?
Because he used to be a quarterback, and he's really good at sports.
But now he dresses like a knight?
Now he does really nothing. He used to be Sportsmaster.
And he uses his photographic memory for...
His own purposes. Okay.
Was
so,
the knight the mascot of his team?
Yes.
Oh, the Gotham Knights.
Knights.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. But not Batman.
No,
Like
but-
actual knights.
Yeah, but...
Well, he's not the Gotham Knight.
Yeah. The reason why Sportsmaster's here, though, is because he does have an eidetic memory, and as a result, he can remember details about the story that Morrison is referencing that we are going to pay off in this Deadpool and Batman crossover
Okay.
from Suicide Squad 58 from John Ostrander. And the reason for that is because Grant Morrison is pulling a Final Crisis.
What?
No.
Grant Morrison revolutionized a character that is beloved, but was not a AAA character. Animal Man. We've talked a little bit about Animal Man.
little bit, yeah.
We've never talked about the Grant Morrison comic book zeitgeist shifting series. And I don't know when or if we ever will. But there is an iconic moment from it where Animal Man breaks the fourth wall and can visibly see the reader. And it's during an issue where Animal Man encounters a villain of his series, the Writer. And the Writer is Grant Morrison. And Grant Morrison has a typewriter or a word processor, depending on what period you meet the Writer in. And the Writer has the ability, seemingly, to alter reality by writing your reality. Right? And the Writer altered Buddy's reality such that his family was killed and his life was horrible. And finally, he faces the Writer when Morrison is leaving Animal Man. So Morrison's setting up a thing where I'm leaving the book, but I got to put the pieces back together because someone else is going to take over for the series. And so...
Like reset the status quo?
More or less, yeah.
Oh.
And so Buddy and Morrison talk about Buddy's life and about reality and...
And the things he did to him.
Yes. And I will say he, because back then, Morrison went by he, and the Writer is a fictional character named Grant Morrison, who presumably never changed his pronouns.
Right.
So that character, the Writer Grant Morrison, is a he.
Yeah.
So we're going to stick with that. In any event, I won't spoil Animal Man.
Sure,
But I will
yeah.
say that there's a great iconic moment where Buddy looks at the reader and goes, I can see you. And it blew people's minds. You have to understand.
Yeah, like that doesn't blow
didn't
my mind
happen
at
often.
all.
It wouldn't now.
Right.
But back then, especially if you were reading Animal Man and you were not used to Grant Morrison, you'd be like, what?
Is that why Grant Morrison wanted to do Deadpool Batman? Because Deadpool breaks the fourth wall?
Well,
It's like, oh, Deadpool does that thing that I did
That
in
I
Animal
like.
Man.
I think it was Morrison's entry point into this crossover. Like, Morrison's like, ooh, I can say something about fourth wall breaking
Right.
via Deadpool, something that I pioneered before Deadpool even did it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yes. This is
Okay.
all to say that after the aftermath of Animal Man, the Writer existed as a character because they appeared in a DC comic. So in
Correct.
Suicide Squad 58, Amanda Waller and Checkmate put together a group of characters who are expendable and don't matter in a War of the Gods Wonder Woman tie-in where they launch an attack on the beach that looks a lot like the fight that opens the Suicide Squad from James Gunn.
Okay.
Which is where that influence comes from, because even Javelin is at that fight. That's all to say that there was a big beachfront fight that occurred that included a whole bunch of characters, which includes Victor Gover's Sportsmaster and the writer.
Okay.
The writer gets looped into this too, and so the writer has like a word processor strapped to his chest, and so he gets to write what's happening that gets him out of getting killed, and they thought he'd be useful in this battle. He gets killed by a beastamorph at that fight. But it's also written by John Ostrander, and I think that Morrison's like, no, you can't use the writer. I created the writer. And then Ostrander abused the writer and killed him off.
Right.
So
That's bullshit.
I'm gonna write that wrong.
But you can't-
in this crossover.
You can't kill the writer.
I'm gonna retcon that.
I'm gonna retcon Suicide Squad 58 with this Deadpool Batman crossover. So Victor Gover, some indeterminate period long after that War of the Gods tie-in, gives up the Sportsmaster title, meets a girl, falls in love. She is killed because they want something from that issue of Suicide Squad that Gover might have remembered because of his photographic memory.
Sure.
And Batman has been sent on that very same fetch quest. So Batman talks to Victor and gets the information and then goes to Greece to the same spot where that happens. By the way, none of that is inherent in this book. No one says, oh, you have to read Suicide Squad, you gotta read that. None of that's in this.
Right. There's no context.
But they do casually reference all those points. Like Batman arrives and he's talking to an unseen character. It's not Deadpool, where he says, no matter what happens, do not engage. Okay, this is a dangerous place. I'm dealing with dangerous people. Just stay where you are and wait for my signal. And then we see the bodies of characters who are definitely those characters who died in that Suicide Squad book, alongside the dead bodies of beastamorphs. Or werebeasts. What are beastamorphs? Beastamorphs
Took the words out of my mouth.
Beastamorphs are just people transformed into monsters by Cersei, because it was a War of the Gods tie-in.
Right.
So
Right.
And we all know that Morrison is not putting anything in
that didn't
that is
already
not
exist.
important.
Yeah. So
So if this is happening, it's a reference.
it is a reference, yes. So Batman is investigating this years-old crime scene at this destroyed temple. It's actually ruins now.
Yeah, it's damaged, yeah.
And he finds a Batarang, but he realizes that's not my Batarang.
Who else makes batarangs?
Oh, the Batman below.
Yeah, from friggin' City of Madness. So Batman is investigating this phantom Batarang when an unseen hand reaches out to get him, as we see Eternity and Kismet just really going for it. Like right now,
Yeah.
they're just making out hard, but with tongue.
Yeah, you could see the tongue
Yeah.
in this panel, which you don't get to see very often in comics.
Really, yeah, it's a little graphic.
It's a little
They
graphic.
just keep
Yeah, just
going
wait.
harder and harder at it. Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could argue that Marvel fucks the shit out of DC in this book.
Interesting. Like,
Well, it really depends
Very
on
excited
what
for the rest of this
because
book.
maybe DC's fucking the shit out of Marvel.
And then we just open in media res. Deadpool is cradling the dead body of Batman, riddled with arrows.
he looks pretty dead. Yeah. That looks pretty hard to come back from.
And Deadpool is like, all right, before you get all judgy, this was an attention-grabbing opener, but we will get context for this.
And
Yeah, I know.
sure, Batman may look dead.
Right, but he is
Right.
Batman.
His back's not broken.
Right.
That's true.
And he doesn't say he's dead. He said, I tried to warn him something like this would happen.
Yeah.
Something like being riddled with arrows, but surviving, not
Right.
necessarily dying.
Well,
We don't know.
we'll see.
Okay.
And then Deadpool is attacked by cartoon ninjas.
Yep.
This has vexed me since I read this book.
Like today or yesterday?
I read it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And I've been like, who are these ninjas? And I've asked a few key people, and no one can tell me. But,
You know, it's Deadpool. He's like a cartoon character. He's fighting cartoon characters.
but no! Because the whole setting is the aftermath of a goddamn tie-in to a bad event from DC that Morrison didn't even write.
Dear God.
These guys are something, and I don't know what they are. And I'm sure some smart aleck in the comments is going to tell me, but I will tell you I have some theories on it.
Okay.
Okay, they're black and white, and they're like classic old school Felix the Cat-esque cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be a weird esoteric reference. Or they could be offshoots of the aliens who look suspiciously like Felix the Cat cartoon characters that Alan Moore invented in a Swamp Thing comic.
Oh.
Or they could just be the sperm from eternity.
Trying desperately to get at the DC Universe's eggs.
Exactly, just being like, and Deadpool's like, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm knocking these ninjas down.
Right, I'm gonna stop this.
We cannot have a baby.
Because if we have a baby, that means it's amalgam time, and we're not doing that again. So yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. I actually like Ben's theory the best. They don't even matter, by the way. They're fodder for Deadpool to kill so that Dan Mora can draw Deadpool stabbing and slicing things with swords.
I mean, they're very slapstick-esque.
They are. They're very Cuphead-like.
Yes.
Yeah, and he does pull out one of their hearts.
Yes.
Which
So-
is shaped like a heart, not like a human heart,
Of course,
but like a
'cause
heart
it's a cartoon
symbol.
character.
Yeah.
So Deadpool makes a couple of classic Golden Silver Age Batman title references, like "Cross my heart and hope to die at dawn." Robin dies at dawn. Har har. So Deadpool then finds himself in a pool, like an Olympic pool, filled with blood from these characters. He's in
A dead pool.
A dead pool, if you will. And then he hears us reading the comic book and proceeds to count the walls in the room. Well, there's one wall, there's two walls. And then as he passes the third wall, which is signed by characters who in the DC and Marvel universe typically break the fourth wall, like She-Hulk and
Zatanna.
Buddy Baker and Gwenpool and Ambush Bug. I love on the third wall, the plot need not be the best possible. It's one of the graffiti items. There's one of the graffitis on it. And then Deadpool turns and in an exact same panel recreation looks at the reader and says, oh my God, I can see you. Just, it's not derivative if I'm stealing from myself.
Right. That's my own thing.
Well,
it's
Morrison always set things up like that.
Yes.
So this isn't derivative.
No.
This is intentional.
This is an
Yeah.
homage.
It's an
He's
homage. And it's
Morrison's
like,
I
homaging.
always meant to do this.
Well, absolutely.
I was destined to write Batman Deadpool for this reason.
It's true. Like, you invented Buddy Baker, you had Buddy do this moment, and then 30 plus years later, you do a crossover cash grab starring a character who is synonymous with fourth wall breakage, despite the fact that you are one of the first pioneers of modern comic fourth wall breaking. You're gonna do it. Deadpool makes reference to the fact that, like, you, the reader, are so hard for this book and this crossover that maybe you have a boner and you're gonna masturbate to how amazing this book is. Because Deadpool's also gonna make fun of you because you're a nerd. And then the wall explodes and Batman appears. And incidentally, Batman knocks Deadpool off his feet, literally by blowing his feet off of his shins from the explosion. Batman hands Deadpool his feet back. And as the two of them become acquainted, we can see, the iconography in this room that we are in.
Is Batman not concerned about collateral damage because this isn't a universe he cares about? Like, is he aware
Well,
of
remember,
where
Does
he
he
is?
know that
well-
Deadpool has a healing factor? Like,
He finds that out here, but remember, we open the book, we're in the DC universe. But after the transition from Batman investigating to the makeout session, we're in this place. Is it in the DC universe? Is it the Marvel universe? Who can say?
Yeah, what did Batman blow up on his side to get here?
The fourth wall.
Did he see the
he
fourth
blew
wall
up the
too?
wall between universes or something.
Well, it's not that kind of bomb. He just needed to be in this room now.
I see.
But we could see a big statuesque owl.
So that's
Scrawled on it says
Court-
play attention.
Is it Court of Owls reference? What is
Could be a
that?
Court of Owls reference. I mean, you see Batman in a labyrinth with a big statue of an owl. You're going to start thinking Court of Owls.
Do they recognize each other
They
from
do
the
not
crossover
recognize
earlier
each-
this year?
Deadpool seems to recognize Batman. This Batman does not recognize Deadpool.
Okay.
As the two of them become acquainted, Batman asks Deadpool if Deathstroke means anything to him. Because Batman suspects maybe you're Deathstroke.
Because he knows who Deathstroke is.
Yes.
Yeah, and he looks kind of like him.
And Deadpool says Deathstroke? Let me guess, that's like a technical term for Olympic snuff swimming? Or some kind of self-abuse technique from the Kama Sutra? Like, I'm going to perform the Deathstroke.
Right.
And I'm like, these are actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that's
References / crass jokes at the expense of Deathstroke, a character that doesn't appear.
yeah.
And Batman says, well, so you're not Slade Wilson then. Which, of course,
Is Deathstroke.
is Deathstroke, and Deadpool's name is Wade Wilson. So
Right.
Deadpool then attacks Batman with his sword, and Batman just brings Deadpool down within one swoop.
Yeah.
Deadpool collects himself, but while he's doing so, he says, guess who's headlining this crossover? Like, obviously Batman's going to get the one up on me. It's his crossover.
Yeah.
Right.
Also acknowledging that there is a headliner for the crossover.
Yes, that someone's going to get preferential
The name at the
treatment.
top means something.
Means, yes. Batman finding out that Wade Wilson Deadpool is not Slade Wilson Deathstroke means that Batman feels less likely to have to put up his guard. He's like, oh, good, I don't have to worry about you. Because
Slade
Deathstroke's
Wilson's
kind of a
kind of dangerous, yeah.
But anyway,
Well, he's a Terminator.
yeah, the Terminator. But he says there's something weird about like where we are. Everything has like a hyper real, holographic kind of feel to it. Like not that we're in the danger room or anything, but it has like a hallucinatory edge to it. He says, and then they go down into this like, I don't know, waiting area, this subway station, this lobby.
It's like a subway basement.
Yeah. And they go in here and references galore. We're at a hotel front desk that has amalgam written on it in fluorescent lighting. You got like the TV screen that normally shows like promotional material for the hotel you're in is showcasing Superman meeting Spider-Man for the first time in the Superman Spider-Man crossover. You got Catwoman in here. You got a bunch of other random references. But
Hulk's fist and Superman's logo.
yeah, from the Hulk Superman crossover.
Yeah.
You also have a map of Florida.
Why?
Everything's a reference. There's clues all around.
What is that a reference to?
You'll see.
Okay.
So
Is it Disney?
it is not Disney. No. Yeah. Well, yes, it could be Disney, but it's not specifically about Disney. I think that Morrison picked Florida maybe for the Disney reference, but also it's not specifically about Disney.
Okay.
Okay.
So Deadpool reveals why he attacked Batman in the first place. You know, I had to make sure you're not some cosplay weirdo pretending to be Batman. I wanted to see if you're really Batman. Somehow I do way more good than bad. You were fine with this before. So Deadpool remembers the Deadpool Batman crossover.
Yeah, okay.
And I guess this Deadpool was like, well, you don't look exactly like / act like the Batman I met. So I
Right.
had to test you to see if you really were Batman.
Sure. Okay.
That would be very interesting if like the person you interacted with
Yeah.
was now drawn and designed differently.
Right?
But was the same person.
Exactly. I will say there is some cause for skepticism about whether this is the Batman that Deadpool met. So,
Okay.
They're walking around. Batman keeps insisting on talking about Slade Wilson and how like weird that is that they have a similar name. I love that Deadpool's like, I'm my own thing. I'm a wholly original character. He's like, what about you? You know, you don't find me calling you Moon Knight or Nighthawk or Hawk Owl. I'm like, Hawk Owl? From Ultimate Adventures? That weird
What?
Marvel Batman character that we talked about?
I don't remember Hawk Owl at all.
God.
Oh no, what was that from?
That was from that weird book we talked about, Marvel's Batman. It was in the Ultimate Universe where like there's a rich douche who takes
yes,
on the
okay.
orphan.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
I was like, Hawk Owl? Only Grant Morrison and us remember Hawk Owl. All right, come on the show, Grant.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's fair that no one has ever come on the show outside of Tom King, and even then,
Right.
it was begrudgingly. So Batman and Deadpool need to get out of this room. They get onto like one of those
Paddle boats?
pedal boats in the shape of a swan. They go into the Tunnel of Love in the shape of Joker's mouth. I'm like, hey, nice. That's like kind of a Dark Knight Returns reference.
Yeah, I guess.
Joker in the Tunnel of Love.
Yeah. Now he is the Tunnel of Love.
Yeah. So they come out the other side, and they've already had a conversation I would have liked to have seen, where I guess Batman tells Deadpool what inspired him to be Batman.
Okay.
You know, about Zorro, where he's like, "What? I would have gambled everything on Unforgiven or The Outlaw Josie Wales." Anyway, my name did not come from the last Dirty Harry movie, which is called the Deadpool, by the way. Then Deadpool recognizes that like Batman hasn't freaked out at him yet. Like Deadpool's talked incessantly throughout their entire ordeal together. Like Batman's like, "Hop on the thing, let's paddle boat together." And
He's just
Deadpool's
going
like,
along with it.
right? And he's like, "Yeah, what the hell?" And Batman's like, "I fought crime alongside like a hyperactive teenager for years. My arch enemy is a murderous six-figured clown. Have you been talking?" Like, yeah, I can tune out annoying chit chat.
Right. It's pretty hard
I'm
to
getting
shake
clues
me.
on my surroundings and what's going on.
Yeah, I'm paying
Yeah.
attention to what's happening here. I'm trying to get us out of here.
Yeah.
they
Nothing
enter-
phases me.
I'm Batman. That's my answer to that statement. They enter this like area reminiscent of Italy, Venice, if you will.
It looks very Vegas to me. I'm getting a lot of Vegas vibes for this place.
That's interesting.
Because of the giant-headed statues?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah. It's garish.
Right?
It's themed.
Yeah. There's a music tune that keeps playing. There's some singing, actually. That's what Deadpool recognizes, but you'll see that like there's a tune that keeps playing throughout.
It's the same.
Same notes. It's
the same
C and
notes.
D.
Oh, the keys. It's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're back in like another kind of court right now, a basketball court, if you will. More of those little cartoon ninjas appear. Batman's like, "We're in a basketball court? What the hell is this? What's up with that?"
Right.
I've solved a lot of Riddler problems in my time, and this thing baffles me.
No, he says there was a player piano, there was a hotel reception, map of Florida, there was chess. What word links all of these? And Deadpool goes, "What, do I look like a cognitive test? Why don't you just cut to the chase and tell me?" Batman does not.
He doesn't. Yeah. It's a puzzle for us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Deadpool and Batman then battle these little ninjas. Deadpool busts out a weapon that shoots webs in a Spider-Man reference.
Okay.
Batman even goes,
Interesting.
"Webs? Like, why do you have those?"
Yeah.
Deadpool
Why
even
webs?
references earlier, he says, "My spidey sense is tingling." And we even draw them. And Batman's like, "I don't know what that means. What are you talking about?" I think that's weird. The gun, I think, that Deadpool is wielding is Spider-Boy's web gun from Amalgam.
Oh. Interesting.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So
So
that has existed before.
yeah. So they dispatch these little ninjas. Deadpool references that Batman has a rule against killing, but it's okay because these things are little cartoons. They have no souls anyway. Don't worry about it. And Batman says, "You know who Batman is?"
Right.
And he says, "Yeah, well, I know this much. Batman has something even stronger than adamantium and powerful as a locomotive. He's got plot armor." And Batman says, "Let's put that theory to the test." As a bunch of cartoon ninjas descend from the ceiling wielding arrows,
Right.
and he just opens his cape and says, "Show me what you got."
I want to see what you got.
And what they got is a whole bunch of arrows. So he's just riddled with arrows. And he goes down, and Deadpool's like, "Oh, that did not work."
I love Deadpool's
no!
face.
That's
shock.
awesome.
And then Batman says, "Nothing here is real. The White Owl has us." And then you're like, oh, because if you're a Grant Morrison fan or a new X-Men fan, you know that the White Owl is Cassandra Nova, Professor X's sister, created by Grant Morrison.
I see. From Deadpool and Wolverine.
Also a character in the Deadpool movie that
Yeah.
spawns this crossover,
Yeah. Yep.
more or less, financially.
Yeah, and I didn't know that character until that movie. I was like, is this
Yeah, we
someone I
didn't.
should
We've
know?
never really talked about Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
But now we're back in Greece, and we see the hand that was reaching out for Batman, that was inspecting that Batarang, was Cassandra Nova's, and she's digging her hands into Batman and Deadpool's heads.
Oh, no.
So she's trying to figure out what they know because she's hunting for something. Deadpool was sent looking for a weapon that could finally kill Cassandra Nova, and Cassandra Nova tricked Batman into finding it for her.
Is it Deadpool?
It is not Deadpool. So as she's digging around in Batman, she starts to burn, like her hand burns, and she's, "Ow, what are you? How many Batmen are there anyway?" And Batman's like, "What?"
What?
And she says, "Again, keys. What's this with keys?" Keys is the word that unites all those things. Florida keys. Player pianos have keys.
Keys.
A basketball court?
Yeah. There's a key. There's
oh, yeah, the key,
the key.
is a part of the court.
yeah, like the top of the key is where you
Yeah. Yeah.
So Batman like drifts off, and she's like, I want this weapon. No, Deadpool, get him back here. So Cassandra like manipulates Deadpool. She's like, don't let him stroke off. I need him, and I need to know more. Like, I want to know more about these keys. Tell me more about the keys. So
If anyone's stroking off here.
exactly. So we go back to the hallucinatory world that Deadpool and Batman have been having their crossover. Yeah, so Deadpool makes like a reference to the Hollies song. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, and it's just for that. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Deadpool is now schlepping Batman to one of the last Lazarus pits, because Morrison was also involved in like kind of closing the door on Lazarus pits.
Oh.
And so he's like, I finally found the last of the last, and we're gonna put you in there.
Okay. So Deadpool is defeating Cassandra Nova in the mindscape by finding a way to rescue Batman with
Cassandra Nova is making Deadpool bring Batman back.
Bring back.
So she can then plumb his mind.
So
because
she's
Batman
controlling
is hiding.
Deadpool.
Yes, exactly.
I see. Okay.
So Deadpool throws Batman into the Lazarus pit, and it's a fun little like exploration of what he's saying. But he throws him in there. He's like, "All right, come on, Slugger, get out of there!" And when Batman emerges, he is Darkclaw.
Oh my God. I didn't see that coming.
No,
But this is impressive. Okay, so something about Amalgam
right.
has the key to defeating Cassandra Nova.
No, I mean I'm sure it means something else, but
Is it because now Batman has a healing factor in
Well,
addition to?
that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Because that's what he reveals later in this. So Batman blasts out of the Lazarus pit. He attacks Deadpool, and so we get. I'm sorry. So Darkclaw blasts out of the Lazarus pit and attacks Deadpool. Deadpool's like, "Oh, come on!" They get blasted out of like the little house they're in. Darkclaw starts stabbing at Wade. As he's stabbing him, a giant typewriter emerges around them. Darkclaw and Deadpool fight on the keys to the typewriter, and Batman ends up spelling out the word "win."
Win.
That's what Batman does.
That's his superpower, is he always wins.
But as you can see, like, Deadpool smashes Darkclaw's head in with one of these giant blocks from like, children's toys, and his head grows back.
Right.
And he says, "Why?" And Darkclaw goes, "Why? Because I'm Darkclaw, Batman with a healing factor." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not Batman with a healing factor. You're Wolverine with a Batman costume."
Well, that's
But
true.
whatever. Also, Dan Mora's Darkclaw looks sick. Like this close-up of Darkclaw, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
my kingdom for another Darkclaw
He
book.
does look awesome.
Darkclaw and Deadpool fight on a giant typewriter, like Batman and Robin used to against the Riddler. And Morrison's favorite Batman stories. But Darkclaw like uses one of the key, like hits Deadpool in the head, like smashes him into the ground. Darkclaw reveals that we have to get Cassandra out of our minds in order to get the upper hand. Deadpool's like, how are we gonna do that? And Darkclaw says, I don't work alone, and if there's one thing I can rely on, it's that I have a partner who never does what he's told. So as Cassandra is digging through Batman and Deadpool in the real world, in the DC universe, Damian Robin attacks her. Another character that Grant Morrison invented.
Nice.
And so Damian is beating the living crap out of Cassandra Nova.
Shouldn't she be able to defeat him in like a second?
Well, she didn't count on him
she's
being
surprised.
there. She was surprised,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's hitting her with batons and stuff. So Deadpool and Batman free themselves, and then they're like, we have to get into the fortress before she does. And I love Deadpool being like, yeah, please order me around some more. And I love your little mini-me over there. And Damian says, mini-me, I'm Damian, son of Batman! And I'm like, yep, thank you, Grant
Thanks.
Morrison.
Exactly
Yep.
what he was saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Deadpool goes, he seems well-adjusted. References the bestiomorphs that were in the Suicide Squad crossover. Somehow Deadpool knows what they're called. So as they enter the fortress, or the ruins of the fortress
ruins.
from the Suicide Squad book,
Yeah.
they see a Batman sprawled out on the steps entering the fortress, and another character emerges from within and says, the story so far, Cassandra Nova maneuvered Batman into tracking down the lost quantum keyboard. The TVA contracted Deadpool to neutralize/behead Cassandra before she could get her hands on it. That's right, the writer is back.
Ah.
How was the writer capable of writing reality in that Suicide Squad book, or presumably in Animal Man? Not because the writer was literally Grant Morrison, though the writer is literally Grant Morrison, because of a cosmic keyboard that he used.
Like a cosmic treadmill.
Yeah,
but it's a
This is
keyboard.
a keyboard that, like, if you use the keys, it could rewrite reality itself. That's how the writer in DC continuity was able to do it. So the TVA finds out about it because Cassandra Nova finds out about it. And she's like, "Oh, I can rewrite reality. I could be the dominant twin in the womb. And
I could just give myself hair."
Right, I could have hair. But either way, she's like, "I'm going to use the quantum keyboard that is attached to what used to be a typewriter or a word processor to rewrite reality." And the TVA can't have that. Plus, the TVA and Deadpool are inexorably linked because there's a big movie, made $1 billion, it features both of those things.
Yeah.
But Batman knew about the cosmic keyboard because Sportsmaster saw it
Right.
in that Suicide Squad book.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
Right, at
presumably-
Sportsmaster, someone killed Sportsmaster's wife
Yeah.
over this,
And
over
I
his
think
knowledge of the.
And it could have been Cassandra Nova who
Could have
murdered
been.
the Sportsmaster's wife to get at the Sportsmaster to reveal this information.
I see. Okay, but why is Cassandra Nova worried about a artifact from another universe?
Well, because she can use it, and she wants it, and because she was invented by Grant Morrison, and Grant Morrison's writing this crossover. That's it.
Okay, so how did she kill the wife of a DC character?
Because Kismet and Eternity are banging right now.
I guess, yeah, that broke down the barrier or whatever.
Yes.
Someone as powerful as Cassandra Nova would be able to take advantage of that situation.
Yes, exactly.
Sure. Okay.
So Batman held the image of the cosmic keyboard behind like a mind firewall. This is all very much canon in Grant Morrison's Batman books. Don't worry about it. And wanted to hide it from anyone who would know about it because, of course, if anyone wielded the cosmic keyboard, it
They
could
could change
rewrite
reality
reality.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'd be a real problem.
exactly. Plus, here's the writer back again.
Plus, Batman wants to get his hands on it and bring his parents back to life.
You know what's interesting? He could.
No, well, it's not supposed to. No one's supposed to have that power.
Well, no, that's true. Yeah. Batman drops the only hint of where you could find the story they're even referencing and what the setting is by saying that that the keyboard was lost when a minor villain knows the writer was killed during a disastrous Suicide Squad mission.
A minor villain. Nothing important.
Well, yeah, because all the writer did of import was in Animal Man. And then the next time you see him, he's in a Suicide Squad book where he dies in the same issue. Killed by a bestiomorph.
Yeah, but I didn't write that.
No, I didn't write that, and so we're gonna fix it here. And that's the real reason why this is happening, because I'm fixing shit, because I'm not gonna be on any DC book long enough to fix it myself, but DC really, really wants me to write this crossover, so we're doing it here. So, Grant Morrison reveals himself with the keyboard, again, himself from the past, when
As the writer.
as the old original writer.
and reveals,
From Animal Man.
presumably from his retconning on the keyboard, that the Batman who was killed, who's on the steps, is the Batman Earth 7642. And that Batman is the same Batman who fought the Hulk, who exists in the same universe where the Titans and the X-Men crossed over, the Batman presumably who met Spider-Man both times. Earth 7642 is the universe where both DC and Marvel coexist.
Okay. Sure.
Yup. And so Deadpool's like, so wait a minute, hang on, I'm sorry. So you are not the guy I've just been teaming up with? You're like a cooler, sexier version? Like you're like the real version of the guy that I was just teaming up with and hanging out with? Which is why the other Batman that he hung out with was smiling more?
I was going to say why he was
I
also
guess.
able to get riddled with arrows.
Yes.
Because that wasn't the real Batman.
No, it's okay for
didn't
that
have
one to
plot armor.
die. Well, all Batmen do, but this one can die because I have a spare. And it's the real one anyway. In Deadpool Batman from Zeb Wells, that story involves multiversal shenanigans. Like Deadpool transports himself from the Marvel Universe to the DC Universe.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not the DC Universe.
I mean, I can't even tell what's happening because 1 minute Batman is Darkclaw,
Yes.
and then
he's dead again.
and then Damian attacks Cassandra Nova, and
In the real
then
world.
in the real world, and then I guess the real Batman gets up.
Yeah, because Damian's interjection
Causes
breaks
her.
causes her to let go of the real Batman and Deadpool.
But then, so the real Batman and Deadpool in the real world are in Greece.
Yes,
So Cassandra Nova's in Greece with them.
that's right.
Okay. And then the Batman that they see that's dead is from another universe. But at what?
The writer has now brought him here through
I
the writer's
see.
writing.
I see. Okay. That I guess that makes sense because the last time we were in the Mindscape, he was Darkclaw.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, I'm putting him back.
Right.
Now he's in the real world, and he's himself, his original form.
Yes,
Batman.
his original 764
And he's
Batman
dead.
form, and he's dead over there.
Okay.
He's just out.
Oh, okay.
But yes, when Deadpool put him in the Lazarus Pit, he emerged as Darkclaw, presumably because plot-wise, the only Batman I know who could heal from those wounds is Darkclaw.
I guess.
So,
Even though it's a Lazarus pit.
it's a Lazarus Pit,
So that
and
should heal
also
anyway.
that Darkclaw isn't physically Batman.
I think we just wanted to see Darkclaw.
That's exactly what it was. And you know what? Okay, I'm
Fine.
down.
It was
because
awesome.
It looked great, and it
Yeah.
was weird, and it was unexpected, and holy crap, you
I
brought
would
Darkclaw
say
back.
it works because when you put someone into the Lazarus Pit, they come back a little crazier and a little more
Oh, and
messed
that's
up.
okay.
And that's Darkclaw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Even though, like you said, it's a different guy.
It is a completely different person. It's Logan.
It's yeah.
Wearing a Batman
It's
costume.
Wolverine, yeah. So whatever.
Whatever. Because you know what would have been lame is if Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out of there.
Right.
Also, he doesn't have a healing factor.
Yeah.
So,
He doesn't need a healing
Fair enough.
factor. Lazarus Pit.
Lazarus Pit.
Okay.
So the writer reveals that the Cosmic Keyboard will not work for Cassandra Nova or anyone else. Only Grant Morrison.
Okay.
And I'll never rewrite canon again, they say, or he says, if it works at all. And maybe we can use it to wrap up this stupid adventure anyway. And then Cassandra Nova blasts her hand into the writer's head, and she's like, I don't need to write it. I'll make you write it.
Clever.
And I love it because she goes, for Batman and Deadpool, time stretched to a standstill. Like, she can't help herself. She writes it. It's like, well, I gotta write it. Like, I gotta write it.
as if it was a comic book, yeah.
Deadpool and Batman die. They fart themselves to death. Like, she's like, no, I gotta be like, time stretched to a standstill. Like,
Right. I got to be artistic about it. And poetic.
and then Cassandra Nova is just overwhelmed with ideas. She's like, oh, I know, I'll write you as cannibal flesh addicts, and I'll turn you loose on your loved ones. We'll write a horror story where you and I together allow the monsters to win. And then Morrison says, you want horror? Look in my mind. And Nova's like, no, that's impossible. Because, of course, it's Morrison. Look in my mind. I made you, bitch.
Right. Oh, she's realizing that
That I'm fake. That I'm a comic book character. What if you were made up? And also, she's young and hot right now, but Cassandra Nova does not look like that.
No.
So she reverts back to her old, gross Cassandra Nova form, the form that Grant Morrison invented.
Right. That's great.
And she's like, oh no, why? And he's like, oh, looks like you're all out of ideas. So then the writer reveals to her, he says, do you want to know what it looks like when I run out of ideas? And as he's saying that, Eternity is plowing Kismet. Like,
Yep. That's definitely what's happening there.
and what happens when Grant Morrison runs out of ideas? Well, let's amalgam Batman and Deadpool. No. Dead Bat. Like, Dead Bat. And by the way,
Bat. Not Batpool?
not Batpool. Dead Bat. Because it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But you got Dan Mora to draw it, so that's top and front figure right there. I'm in.
It does look great.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks great because it's mostly just the Batman suit, but red and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I know I wanted to ever see that? No. Look at his little, like, he's got a little grenade of a robin.
Yep.
Yep, and
fun.
a rubber ducky.
Yep.
And the logo is this bizarre...
It's like a bat plus his mask.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
That's
I'm a fan.
not bad.
That means that I am stupid. Like, well, wait a minute. If Grant Morrison says that they're out of ideas, and then he invents Dead Bat, and I think that's cool, what does it say about me? Means you're a fucking idiot. Damn it! No, that's not possible.
Means you have bad ideas.
Yeah, well, that's...
It means
not
that
wrong.
sometimes even a bad idea can look cool.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
that's true.
That means that Dan Mora is a hell of an artist. That's all that means.
He is, yeah.
So, anyway, Deadpool chops Cassandra Nova's head off and then puts it into a jar. He's like, she'll be fine, because she always is. I gotta go. Because, you know, they came, so the
Right.
worlds are separating. And Deadpool
I'm
says...
sorry. Is that the child that they birthed?
Oh, no! It could be.
Dead Bat?
This is what would happen if Marvel and DC merged. Just get bad ideas like this. I mean, maybe. I think it's just that, like, we are seeing... when we saw Kismet and Eternity kissing, we saw a world where the barrier between Marvel and DC was incredibly blurred to the point where they could hang out together or cross over indeterminately in JLA Avengers. But if they're fucking, you could get amalgams again.
I think it's just like
this is how close they are, you know?
Yeah. It's like the culmination of their coming together.
Yeah, is this horrible idea.
Yeah, the climax, if you will,
presumably
is dead bad.
But also, it's how the writer is able to dispatch Cassandra Nova.
Yes.
It's by merging them and then having this character chop off her head.
Yeah. I love that she's just, oh. Oh.
Here we go. So as Deadpool returns to the Marvel Universe, he says, when Earth 7642 Batman finally comes to, make sure to tell him how much I'll treasure my whole, mostly imaginary team up with the real thing.
Yeah.
So then he leaves. He says, sayonara, Dark Moon, Hawk Owl. And then Batman meets up with the writer, and the writer's like, well, it's over, and the Cosmic Keyboard is almost completely out of juice and will never write again and won't do this anymore because Morrison has said on numerous occasions, I don't want to do DC anymore. Like they're kind of they're working on other comics, but not DC. Certainly never Batman again.
Yeah.
But they're also wrapping up the writer so that the writer is not a problem in future books.
Yes.
Also, so that I end what the writer does.
That's right. That's right.
Not anyone else.
The writer is now no longer a thing you need to use in anything. The keyboard doesn't work no more. So the writer character that Ostrander killed is just gonna walk away, now alive.
Yeah, we weren't really worried about what was going to happen with that
I
writer.
don't care about what you're worried about. I'm Grant Morrison. I'm worried about what I want.
Okay. I'm just saying there was no danger in that keyboard coming up again.
Literally.
Until you brought it up.
Well, yeah. Literally, Morrison says, I only showed up to grab a souvenir in case I don't get back. Like, if I never come back to do DC again, I wanted to wrap up that stupid Suicide Squad book that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So then...
Even though it was already wrapped up, but not the way I wanted it.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have done that.
So Morrison gets to meet Damian, which, good for them.
Okay.
And, Damian reveals that Cassandra got away. She got away. She got a head start. And then Batman says, I'm sorry, just before you go, you said you could rewrite canon?
A head start?
Oh. What a classic knee slapper that was. So Batman asks the writer, he's like, I'm sorry, you said you can't rewrite canon. What can you do with it? So then Batman returns to Victor Gover's apartment where Victor Gover is drinking himself to death and his wife emerges through the door.
Oh.
And he's like, I don't know. But before that happens, post-coital, Eternity and Kismet, they're on their phones after banging, and Eternity's like, so maybe we can do this again sometime? She's like, sure. And as she's saying that, she's rating him on like an app, and he's like, no, you dare not rate me! We're not yet done! And it's because the story has one more page left. And it's like, all right. And I love the idea that, like, I mean, look. You could interpret this seven ways for Sunday. Like, the fact that, like, Marvel's not very good at banging. I mean, look at how disappointed DC looks after that encounter with Marvel.
Like, okay.
And she rates him like, eh. But if you look in the bed, you'll see the armor that belongs to the brothers. Like they were wearing it during role play.
Or something.
Or they were the brothers.
Or maybe they were the brothers.
Like they put those on, except...
Well, I mean, they didn't because we saw them.
Yeah, no.
But
I just assume they're like the headstands or the decorations on the headstands.
Because the armor's down here too.
Oh, I only saw on the nightstands.
Yeah. I guess when they were dancing, they weren't in that armor, but then they got back to one of their places. Yeah. We don't know whose place it is, and then they put on the outfits, and then they took it off.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. But it's a clear-cut reference to the stupid brothers from that awful DC versus Marvel story.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to think. Like,
well, where even are they?
Well, yeah.
Whose pad are they at?
Right? I mean, I don't think they're at either of their places. But at the same time, like Eternity has the Marvel helmet and Kismet has the DC helmet on each of their nightstands. I'm like, what is this? What?
I don't know.
I mean, you could see that, like, the whole of existence is beneath their bed. I don't know.
Are they
Or
saying
it's
it was just
around
always
it.
them? Like there were no two brothers?
That's what I'm thinking. I think that there were never brothers. I don't know.
But who are these brothers? Let's get back to the brothers.
Because they have a strong bond. You don't want to know about it here, but anyway. Victor Gover's wife comes back to life, even though
Thank
she didn't
God.
exist before. And that was the change that Batman asked the writer to fix before
Right.
they left.
Yeah, fair.
Well, yeah, of course.
Was like, hey,
Thank God.
I would have felt really bad for Victor Gover, sportsmaster. Who's,
I mean, Batman would want that,
yes.
right? He'd be like, it's not really fair,
fair
that this guy's wife died because the boundaries broke down or whatever, and Cassandra Nova or whatever.
Right, like, it's not fair that a DC character's wife was murdered by a Marvel character.
Right.
That can't stay.
That shouldn't have happened.
And it's more like, that's cleanup. That's not a favor.
Right. I was going to do that anyway because I'm not really allowed
to do that.
But in the story, it's Batman who
Yeah, it's
suggests
nice.
to the writer
and
that
Batman ends the book by saying, Happy Holidays.
Happy holiday.
And I'm like, what the hell? Also, it's New Year's.
Yeah, we're not at
over,
New Year's
man.
yet.
What? It's bizarre.
Well, yeah, New
insane.
Year's is a holiday for
Did-
them.
Yeah. For whom?
Did Morrison think that this book was not going to come out until January 1st?
Probably. I mean, who knows? It doesn't matter when the book comes out or what the book is set at. You can enjoy Die Hard in the summer. Who cares?
I mean, it is always a holiday. It's Thanksgiving. These are Thanksgiving fireworks.
Oh yeah, all over the city. They don't even set off fireworks at the frickin' Macy's Day Parade.
Well, it's during the day.
Yeah, that's true.
How do we know it's New Year's?
Because of the fireworks.
Because it's fireworks.
Batman says Happy Holidays at the
And
end.
Batman says Happy Holidays, and no one says that for friggin' 4th of July.
No.
They say it between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes.
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays. Sure.
Thanks, Batman.
The
You made it a
sexual relationship
magical
between DC
holiday.
and Marvel is so weird
It-
and fun, and I'm like,
I like that.
I like it a lot. I think it's really funny.
There's a lot of individual elements I like in this
Yes,
book.
that's what it strives at. Like
Yeah.
you really like these little moments. Darkclaw blasting out of the Lazarus pit is amazing.
Yeah.
The recreation of Animal Man's "I Can See You" is awesome. But it would have been nice if he looked like the Batman of Earth 7642, like he had the yellow emblem and everything. Except that if we're going to take Earth 7642 as this kind of like roving universe, because they don't always designate when it is in that universe,
Right.
the outfits shift with the times.
Ah.
So presumably, the Batman at Earth 7642, the world where Marvel and DC share the same space, would look and act similarly to like the current Matt Fraction Batman, because that's
Right.
when they would be doing more
in
stories.
the current time in that universe,
Yes.
this Batman would be wearing this the
Exactly.
same outfit
And-
because that Batman is always wearing the outfit of
of the time that you're also in when you're reading it.
in Earth 1,
yes,
whatever.
or Earth Prime. Whatever
Prime,
it is,
yeah.
Zero, I think. So yeah,
This is less than half the book.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's by Grant Morrison, which is why we were able to get an entire episode out of it.
Yep.
Because
it's
what?
quite dense.
Yes.
And there is a lot of Deadpool dialogue in here.
Yeah,
These
and by the
yellow
way,
boxes are.
There's no reason to skip it. It's funny, and it actually keeps your spirits light as you're
Yeah.
reading this, because again, like
You
I
need
don't think
to, 'cause
Morrison's
it's just like,
expecting you to read this with a fine-tooth comb, but also you kind of need to in order to understand everything. At least
Right.
some people do.
In order to
I'm
get-
sure there's a couple people in the comments who are like, "Whew, what a noob!
That's
I got every reference and more."
sure.
Cassandra Nova, also known as the Owl Queen, is technically called the Great White Owl, but only on another Earth. So it might
the
not even
Owl
be.
Queen.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
so-
Which is why there was an owl, and you thought, oh, I saw an owl in the beginning. I guess Court of Owls, right? Wrong.
Well, Batman even speculates
Yes.
that this is a labyrinth, like maybe it's something
Maybe
to
it's
do
like
with
the
Court of Owls.
Exactly. Morrison's like, fuck that. I'm not
No.
gonna reference the Court of Owls. I didn't invent that.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I didn't read it. I'm like, you're a liar. The thing that vexes me the most are the ninjas.
Yeah, like what
I'm like,
are they
what
though?
are you though? What are you specifically?
Well,
and I
they're-
know it's a reference to something. I know
well,
it is.
Deadpool's a ninja.
Right. But why are they cartoons? And why are they all interchangeable? And why do they look like they're from the 30s?
Yeah.
I mean, because they're black and white.
But they
and
look,
the eyes.
I will say they look a lot like the aliens from Swamp Thing, but I don't think they are because even those characters were in color.
I will say the plot is not the greatest, just like
Well,
it says
don't
on the
forget what
side
it
of the
says
pool.
on the
The
side of the
plot
pool,
need not be
on
the best
third wall.
possible.
That's right.
So,
I'll bet it's a freaking note that Morrison got
yeah,
from DC editorial.
yeah,
Plot need not be
the best
the
possible.
best possible. Just do what you want, right from the heart.
Yep. Whatever it
Yeah,
takes.
don't get hung up on it. It's got to come out.
That's probably very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, it's fun though.
It is fun.
It is certainly more dissectable and discussable than its predecessor.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is
A
the
lot
great thing
more.
about Morrison's writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so much in here that you could read into.
Yes.
And I'm willing to bet they put in a lot of stuff that does have more meaning than what we're getting out
Oh,
of
no
it.
doubt. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's the only reason why I'm more sad that we didn't do it much later. I want to do it now because I want to celebrate and be excited about this crossover. But I could have had more time to talk and think and analyze and stuff. But I think, that's the fun of the book, is that you can read it for yourself and get into the nitty-gritty. But yes, like Morrison is making very specific references, like Suicide Squad 58. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the writer. And I want to fix that problem. But also, like, there's the metaphor of it all. There's the implications of the embodiment of Marvel and DC being in an intimate relationship. And you can
Or at least
read
having
into-
an intimate encounter.
Exactly, because like you have MORA, who is such a talented artist, who is not going to miss out on those subtleties that Morrison might include in the script. If you see disappointment on Kismet's face, it's there.
Or just like
Just a
distractedness.
Right.
Just like indifference.
It could be indifference. I mean, it could easily be. It could be that eternity is a lousy lay. It could also be that it's ultimately unfulfilling. It was passionate and fun as it was going on. You saw how much they were giving and taking throughout.
Yeah, but
and then
like-
at the end, it was ultimately unfulfilling.
Well, no, it's... you can say unfulfilling or that, well, we did that.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It could be either unfulfilling and have no substance, or it's just, well, that happened, but don't read into it.
Yeah, stop
and I wouldn't
asking
expect
for
any
these,
more.
Stop asking for all these crossovers. It's a one-time thing.
Yeah,
Here's the
stop
thing.
it, all right?
They met on
Knock it
the
off.
dance floor, and then they had a fling.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
It's not going to be that rewarding or fulfilling.
No, and they
because
might
of the
only
way
do
it
that.
happened.
That might be the only way it can ever happen.
So there's
Right.
an interesting symmetry between all these little planets on the sheets.
Yes.
Floating into what is sort of this water down
You think
here.
it's like they blasted off of them while they were banging.
And that.
Oh, and the billiards or the
they're
balls.
planets, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if these are symbols on them, like character symbols or symbols for planets or designations.
I will say there's a detail that I left out. When Deadpool is dragging Batman 7642 into the Lazarus Pit, when he throws him in, there are portraits of characters from both Marvel and DC who reference and embody death.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's kind of
It's fun.
The Black Racer, Black Flash, Hela, Archangel. All these characters that represent.
Oh, Death.
Death herself.
What is this? What is this panel?
What's this shot for? We got
with the
Joker in the
animals.
box with a couple of like barnyard animals. I mean, it's obviously like
Oh, we're
children's
seeing
toys.
the
It is
outside.
of the
This
house
is the
that they're
setting that
fighting
they're
in.
about to burst into.
Exactly.
Okay, I see.
But like, what's with the children motif?
Right.
Is it that like this
'Cause
is
this is
ultimately
all
juvenile and
childish?
childish and
Yeah.
not for adults? I don't know.
Or we're playing.
Yeah.
You know,
does
Grant's playing
say-
around. It's just for fun.
I bet it is because if you look on the owl,
Yeah, it says
Play
play
attention.
attention. Yeah. So the whole
whole-
book is a playroom.
yes, and
For Grant Morrison.
it's like pay attention. There's references and there's symbols
Yeah.
and there's images, but also don't forget to have fun.
Right. Play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what I did?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it was drawn really impeccably. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad that it's gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
Because, if it wasn't, it would be lame.
It's definitely a step above for a crossover.
Big
like this
time.
is an elevated crossover.
An elevated crossover. Though Morrison would argue, no, it isn't. It's inherently unelevated.
Maybe the plot is not elevated.
Well, that's certainly true.
But the elements.
Like, is it Carnage and Joker teaming up? No.
Was that the book you guys did?
Yes.
Deadpool Batman?
Deadpool Batman. Oh, yes. The reveal of a new Amalgam character, Logo.
Yep, that's Logo.
Lobo and Wolverine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Logo.
I'm not
I'm
surprised.
sorry that you missed Logo.
You know what? I am a little too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that there's another chance to talk about him. I hope we find it. There's more crossovers in here. We'll talk about them in the future.
Okay.
Some of them are fantastic. And
and
Well, does that mean we can't read the ones in the back?
then
We'll talk about
there's
them
the
later.
rest.
yeah, we'll talk about them later.
Okay.
I promise. I am very excited to see Superman Spider-Man. I can promise you will not see anything like that in that. But it might be equally valid.
I would hope that with the characters, like Superman is always about hope.
Yeah. Spider-Man is all
Spider-Man's
about
always-
perseverance.
I was going to say persistence. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Oh, yeah.
I think they'll work very well with each other.
I mean,
I'm just
arguably-
hoping that I'm hoping it elevates the characters and it's not just like a big play on them.
Well, and I've seen it. You know, the problem for me is like, you know, I read Superman Spider-Man. I read the other Superman Spider-Man. And Superman Spider-Man teamed up in DC Marvel All Access. They team up to fight Venom. And it's fine.
Right.
You know,
But
Superman
it's
doesn't
only
mind.
fine.
But it's fine. And it's because I don't want to see that.
No.
You know, I don't want to see Superman and Spider-Man team up. I mean, I'll take it. But like, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. But
A street level character
yeah. And
someone
Superman.
who can punch any character in the world
Yes.
and knock them out.
Now, that being said, they did work around it in the original Superman Spider-Man crossover, where you could see them fight for a couple pages, and it's cool, and I guess it is.
and not that they have to fight.
No.
I mean, in the old crossovers they did.
And look, I want to see a little bit of it. But at the same time, it's also like, for me, Superman Spider-Man is the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Like,
What do you think the conflict would be?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you. You know, a moral one would be fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the last one was Venom's here. What do we got to do?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Let Superman take care of it, Spidey. Take a break.
Yeah.
Superman Spider-Man, like the one from 76, Doc Ock and Lex Luthor escaped from prison and, you know, shot Spider-Man with a ray that augmented his power so that he could punch Superman and not die.
That's the direction we went? We didn't weaken Superman, we strengthened Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Did they make him fly?
No.
Then he's kind of at a serious disadvantage.
Yeah, he always was.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was a weird idea, and it was,
I would just love them to like cross over into each other's worlds.
Yeah.
And just be like, let's see what Superman can fix in New York, and let's see what Spider-Man can fix
In Metropolis? I don't know. I mean, they have like extensive worlds. They have families of redundant characters that could team up, which again, none of this is exciting me, but I'll celebrate it when it comes out.
I mean, part of the problem is like, who gives a crap about current Spider-Man? You know,
Well,
like I
that's
don't want to see a
This man-child dealing with
juvenile.
Superman. That being said, I would like to see Superman be like, how old are you? You should have it together by now.
You must be in your like what, mid-30s,
Mid-30s,
early
early
40s?
30s maybe. Like, this is a joke, right?
That's when Spider-Man goes, I'm
How old am I?
how old am I?
Hey, I'm divorced, okay?
You are not divorced. You had your marriage annulled. Yeah, I was retconned.
That's true.
And not annulled by a
Well,
court.
I've been married.
You could say I've been married before.
I've been married before. You know, I'm an adult.
Yeah. Have you ever paid taxes?
What?
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a driver's license?
Well, my income is actually below the
drive in New
threshold
York.
required
That's true.
to pay taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know taxes.
I don't know. If they do anything, they're not going to. But it should be Ultimate Spider-Man meets Absolute Superman.
Oh,
We still haven't done
that'd be
Absolute
fun.
Superman.
No, I don't know anything about Absolute
oh
Superman.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, someday. Batman Deadpool, unexpected. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, but it's as dense and mind-bending as I was expecting.
Yes, I'm so glad it delivered.
Yeah.
It's a single issue,
It's not even a full issue.
Yeah.
and Grant Morrison does a great job of wrapping up a story in one issue.
That's
Yep.
true. Yes.
There was a full story.
I would say that Grant Morrison wraps up 4 stories in one issue. And we didn't really get a chance to talk too much about it outside of just being like, oh, that looks cool. Dan Mora kills it.
Yeah, the art's
Just
awesome.
blows it away.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That being said, Morrison and Mora did work together on Klaus.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
That Santa Claus book that we talked about one time.
Yeah.
Really fun team up. I'm glad they got to be brought together again. It makes me think that Mora really brought his A game because he does. It's a gorgeous book.
One of the best looking crossovers ever.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Easily, I would say. Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if there was like notes back and forth of like, is this what you're referencing or what are you doing here? Or did Mora just really do their homework?
I want to know. I need to know who these effing ninjas are. I didn't get an answer, but I might get more than that.
They
Who
may
knows?
not be in the script. It may just describe them.
Right. And then small 1930s Cuphead-esque ninjas attack Deadpool.
Why?
Mora,
Shut up,
go
draw
for
it.
it.
Yep.
Mora's like, okay.
Can I get a little more background on what these things are?
No.
Nope. Only a visual description. You know what they are.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. 1930s, 1920s.
Yeah, you know
black
exactly.
and white cartoon characters, but
Right.
they're dressed like ninjas.
Where they got like a wiener nose. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't pretend you don't know.
I mean, I do. Unfortunately, I really get what you're saying. I'm just saying it's a little weird and confusing, and everything is such a specific reference. What are these ninjas?
And Morrison just laughed.
Yeah. I got you.
They're nothing.
That's what you get. That's what you get for your Final Crisis episode. See you guys next week in another episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Keep reading.
Man.
But I love how it's like, oh, let's reference the writer, me, the character I invented. Let's reference Cassandra Nova, a character I invented.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what about Damien? A character I invented. Like, oh my God.
It
okay,
is
Grant, I
a
get
bit
it.
self-indulgent, perhaps.
But why? But he's like, but of course it is. It's Deadpool meets Batman.
Right.
It's the most self-indulgent thing you ever heard of.
But it's self-indulgent for me, and you're all self-indulgent for wanting it.
Exactly. How dare you criticize me? You bought it. There's like 20 covers.
This is just empty calories.
Yes.
For all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. It's
Everybody
loveless
likes
sex.
ice cream. Yeah. That's what it is. It's a stray encounter.
Yes.
It's a one-night fling.
That's
One
right.
night fling.
The one night stand at crossovers. But that's the point I think they're making.
Yeah.
They all are.
Yeah. I would have really dug it if there was an implication that these two have hooked up
Before.
a few times before,
Yes,
and they
yes.
just, like it's been a
just,
while,
like,
and it's just like, oh my God, what are we
not
doing?
again. Yeah. DC's texting Skybound.
Yeah.
Marvel's texting Dynamite.
So this is what rock bottom feels like.
You know that ex you just can't get away from?
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
I mean, so true.
Marvel and DC.
Well, because, when we are together, magic happens.
Yep.
Presumably. Sometimes you get logo.
Yeah, and you get one night of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You remember it. Like,
That's true.
That's me. I'm chasing this high. I'm
Yeah.
like, just do it again. Let's do it one more time. One more time. I know I can do it right.
Yep.
Oh, that's, I don't
And
know.
then you
I like
get
that
it,
invitation.
and then you just,
And you go, all right, well, that was fine. I mean, did we just open the episode with that where I'm like, Thor and Shazam, all right.
Yeah.
Flash meets Fantastic Four. I mean, I wouldn't
that's-
do that, but all right.
that's
I'm saying they're not all going to be winners.
That's basically your reaction to 9 out of 10 crossovers, right?
Yes. Oh, no. The
You're
point, when
You
we-
like the idea of the crossovers.
Yes. Yeah, I like the spirit of collaboration. I don't love them all.
Look,
there's
right.
a handful. There's less than a handful of good ones, and now there's this one.
I like what I can get out of the crossover.
Exactly.
I don't like the requirement
Yeah.
that there have to be all of these other things with a crossover.
Well, that's true. I'm not reading into it. You know what I mean? I'm aware that I'm being used.
Yeah.
So
Right. That's
that's fine. As long as everybody's cool.
You're just there to have fun,
We're just looking to have a good time,
Yeah.
Fine.
Doesn't have to be a whole thing. You don't have
Yeah.
to make a whole thing out of it.